My name is Michelle, and I am 31 years old. I live in a small apartment in London. One year, the rent became too much to handle alone. I posted an advertisement online looking for a roommate. A week later, a man named Dawson knocked on my door. He was quiet from the moment I met him. He told me he had moved from a small town and come to London for a new job. He said he did not talk much. He was polite, a little shy, and nothing like the loud, busy people I usually spent time with. Something about his calm felt refreshing. I let him move in the next day. My life was full of noise. I worked in marketing, which meant long days and social events. When I came home exhausted, Dawson was always there reading quietly or cooking dinner for the both of us. He never went out. He never seemed to have friends. He was always alone, and sometimes I wondered if he was lonely. One Friday evening, I came home with tears in my eyes. I had just argued with my ex-boyfriend, and my heart felt broken. Dawson was standing in the living room. He looked at me and asked softly, "Bad day?" I looked at his calm face. I reached out toward him. He froze, eyes wide with surprise. That evening, we grew closer than I expected. Afterward, he asked me quietly, was I good? I told him he was perfect. He smiled beautifully, but when I woke up the next morning, he was gone. His bedroom door was open, and his clothes were missing. No message, no goodbye, just silence. I stood in his empty room and felt a strange, hollow ache. Then one morning, my phone buzzed. A message from Dawson. It said, "I'm sorry, Michelle. I had to go home. I needed answers, so I bought a train ticket and went to find him." His hometown was about 2 hours from London. I found his house old and quiet, tucked at the end of a narrow street. I knocked. An elderly woman opened the door. She said that Dawson had made his father a promise to stay pure until he found the right person to marry. But the night we spent together had broken that promise. He felt ashamed and overwhelmed, and so he ran. 3 months passed. Then, one morning, there was a knock at my door. Dawson stood there with a suitcase. He told me real love is not always perfect. It can be messy and unexpected. He missed me every single day. People at my office began to whisper. Some said I had taken advantage of him. The words were cruel and they hurt, but Dawson refused to let me leave. He said, "I am not ashamed of you, Michelle. I am proud to be with you." 2 years later, we left London. We moved to a small town by the sea, far from the noise and the gossip. Dawson got a job teaching history. I opened a small jewelry shop. The quiet joy of creating felt like freedom. Love does not always arrive in the way you plan. Sometimes it comes quietly through a shy stranger who cooks you dinner. But when it is true, it returns. And when it does, it is worth every difficult moment that came before.